What? That's how close we are to this World War III, right? Global warming, hey, the water is drying up. Why is that? You Edomites, you fucking devils, right? But it's all prophecy. You were only created to be destroyed. That's the only reason you was created. It was created, what? To serve the Most High in spirit and in truth, right? It says, verse 5, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and his weapons, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Wow. Howl ye for the day of the Lord, and that those weapons of his indignation, his righteous hatred, right? His righteous anger. Those are those ICBM missiles, those nuclear missiles, right? Those that nuclear capability, you know, atomic wasters, you know, those things, you know, that is for you, you know. That is for your destruction, right? From the Most High. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. So what? The Most High is bringing that destruction. If I can get a precept real quick. Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? There's no hope for you. You're not going to have anything, right? There is no hope for you. The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? Wow. So what now? That's the times we're coming into. Isaiah 13 and start at 6 again. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. Gonna have heart attacks. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. They're going, they can't wait to see it. I can't wait. Right? Verse 9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. It says, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil. Because it's evil to have what's it called? For you to pour chemicals into the water. Is that not evil? Is that not an evil act? Right? It's evil to what? Put a whole nation into slavery? You forgot that these people went into slavery? You forgot? Well, the Most High is reminding you, right? Right? We gonna put you into slavery because you put us into slavery, right? You're supposed to be our slaves anyways, right? You're heathens, right? You're not the Lord's chosen people. It says, verse 11, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, right? Talking about you Edomites, you Caucasians. Iniquity means sin upon sin, right? Breaking the law, statutes, and commandments. Making us break it, right? Making us break it by not giving us the option to even do these things. They oppress a man and his heritage, right? It says, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir, because what? A lot of men are gonna die. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land, because America is that boiling pot, right? It got all these nations in here as scum, right? They're all going. These Japanese are gonna flee. These Chinese are gonna flee, right? These all these different nations gonna want to flee from America, right? It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined with them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished, right? Greta Thunberg, hey, you could be raped, you know? You could be raped, your whole family could be killed, right? Verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which is talking about the Russians, against America, right? Which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children, because they're going to drop that bomb. They're going to launch them ICBMs. It don't matter who's in the way. Verse 19, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, because they always lift up America, right? You Edomites, you Caucasians always lift up America. Shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Nothing's going to be left. You're going to look like a desert. It's actually going to become a big ass desert full of desert creatures, right? It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. Wow. And Greta Thunberg talking about some, the people, they're gonna get mad at global warming. We're already mad. I'm mad. I'm mad that you Edomites are still in power. I'm mad that you're wicked as hell. I'm mad that you don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, and that most of my people, 2/3 of the nation, don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? You oppress a man and his heritage. You oppress a man and his house, a man and his heritage. Right? I'm mad that you're. Hey. It says, do not I hate them that hate thee, right? Because what? You hate the Edomites hate the counsel of the Most High, right? They want to go off their own counsel, right? Their spiritual father is Satan, right? The spiritual demon Satan, right? It says, verse 21, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there. Like I was saying, it's going to be a desert, and desert creatures are going to be here in America, right? And their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant places. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. When it happens, it's done. It happened, it's done. You know, no turning back. Isaiah 14, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, right? Because the Most High is going to have a mercy on us, the Israelites, the Negro, Latino, and Native American, the elect of the nation of Israel, right? The ones that turn back to the God of the Bible, Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, in truth and in sincerity, right? And you got to be chosen. It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord. Right, you heathens, you Edomites, right, you Arabs, right, you Palestinians, you all these nations, you Chinese, you Japanese, all these other nations, right? We're gonna possess you for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So it's mainly talking about Esau, Edom. And it shall come to pass in that day, in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear, talking about the Israelites, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? How has America been destroyed? How has the richest country in the earth, been totally wiped off the planet? It says, the Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked. And what the staff of the wicked is, your Edomite power, right? And the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindered. Because what? They go around, right, these mainly the Edomites here in America, right? But the EU and NATO, they're joined with them. They're saying it's the beast, right? They go around these different countries, right? Raping, robbing, and murdering, right? That's what they do, right? They steal resources, They put up dummy leaders in the land, right? It says, but it says, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. None hinder it. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, stop stomping his face in. No, they're gonna be like, yeah, got what he deserved. Verse 7, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. That's how you stop global warming, by taking you Edomites down. Then the earth is going to rejoice. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. That's that mass deforestation, right? That's something that you Edomites started, right? Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Because what? Hell is talking about the grave, right? Because there's going to be mass numbers of people dying. Right? That's what that's talking about. There's not a spiritual realm of hell. That was something that fake Catholic Church and these fake Christians, they subscribe to. But all you got to read is Job, the 3rd chapter, and realize that there's no hell. Right? Hell is talking about a condition on earth and the grave. That's what it's talking about. All right? Verse 10, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Right? Because they're going to be on the same level in that World War III. They're going to be in that same level. Because what? These Iranians, they got weapons, right? Russia, they got crazy ICBMs, It's going to be an equal playing field, right? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vowels, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? This is what? Talking about the devil. You hear Lucifer, you think of Satan, right? But there's a physical counterpart, which are you Edomites, you Caucasians. How art thou cut down to the ground, which this weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the side of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. And that's what's going to happen. You Edomites want to be the Most High. You think you are the Most High. Verse 16, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? Because what? America's the only country that dropped nuclear bombs, right? Hiroshima and Nagasaki, or atomic bombs, I should say, right? that made the world as a wilderness. That's what that's talking about. And destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. Because they're not letting us go. They're not letting the Israelites go. They took our land. Those Amalekites, those fake Jews, right? They're Edomites. It says, verse 18, all the kings of the nations, even all of them lie in glory, everyone in his own house. Right? That's in the kingdom of heaven. It says, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. You're not going to have anything. In the kingdom of heaven, there's not going to be a kingdom of Esau. And as the remnant of those that are slain thus through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land. So what? Like you saying, global warming and stuff is a problem. You did that. It's your fault. It's your fault. Now you're going to be recompensed. And slain thy people, the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Right? And this is for you, Greta Thunberg. Right? This is for you, your family, and you, all you other Edomites. Right? This is what the Most High is saying about you. Verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. You're not worthy to rule the planet, right? You're not worthy. All you do is cause confusion and wickedness. It says, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. I will also make it a possession for the bitter, and pools of water is going to be polluted. And I will sweep it with the besom of destruction. That's that nuclear missile, right? Saith the Lord of hosts. The Lord of hosts hath sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have proposed, so shall it stand. That's all the precepts I got.